So, the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund published 5 different things that you can do as a parent and as an educator to help students maintain and keep their distance learning going through these difficult times. And I wanted to share these with you. The first one is plan a routine together. And what they recommend is that you have a schedule from morning until evening, and to have that schedule kind of, you can stick with it, but let there also be uh, uh, um, some flexibility with being able to change in and change out some of the things that are going on during a specific amounts of time. And you might want to also incorporate breaks in between those, as long as the student or your child does like 1 page of work, and then you and that child may decide what to do after that. And so the schedule that you create can be helpful because it gives your children an opportunity to have some kind of direction as to knowing what is going to happen, and that can be very helpful. So the second thing that they recommend is being open in your conversations with students. If your child, and I use child and student interchangeably, and I apologize for that, but when you're looking at with children who are younger, they need really direct answers, and being concise and short, and don't give long, detailed, elongated answers, because it may not be something that they understand. And the other thing about with younger kids is that they might ask the question to you over and over and over and over again. And it's important to remember that their brains are processing and working through what's going on, and it's really, really normal. And, I can understand that it can be impatient to hear the same question over and over again. And just know that that's a normal process of development, and to just allow that to go and flow through. And also really important, parents and teachers take time for ourselves, and to be taking breaks and doing things that we need to do to replenish and nourish ourselves in this time of difficulty. And then the third one is, and then with older kids, let me just, one more thing. With older kids, you can give them longer, detailed answers. And when they ask questions, ask them and be direct. And the most important thing with any situation like this, or any other traumatic situation, is to be upfront with kids and to tell them, and fabricating the truth or fibbing, or saying things that aren't true, can hurt and damage a relationship long term down the road when they get older. Then the next one is, take time with your child's lesson. Not everything has to be done right away, and every student learns at a different speed and pace. And especially now, we need to give ourselves time. We need to give ourselves the ability to be flexible. This is a really unusual, unprecedented time. It's very stressful, and so we want to be able to take the time for ourselves, but allow kids to take the time for themselves, and ease up, and when needed, of course. But if there's too much stress going on, children are not going to learn. So we want to help ease some of that. Protect your children. Number 4, protect your children online. During this critical time, this is a really important opportunity for us as adults to be sure to know what children are doing online, and to protect them. And if you see something that's not right, to say something, and to encourage them to do that, and to have an open dialogue between you and your child. Maybe the computers need to be in a public area of the house, such as the living room or the kitchen, where things can be monitored. But the most important thing about this is that the open dialogue happens, so that if children are seeing something that is not right, that stuff gets reported. And then finally, stay in touch with your children's school. And many of you are doing that. And I want to just also let you know that we as a counseling team are also available. And if you want us to give you some support in any way, shape, or form, or if you want to do some video conferencing between here and the end of the school year, we can certainly check in with you or check in with your child, or we can also do it by telephone. And also, I mean, I say that with the counseling aspect, but I also want to say, stay connected with your teacher. If you're finding that the work is too much or too difficult, talk with your teacher, with your child's teacher, and just to let them know and give them feedback as to what's happening so that they can assist you better.